Hi everyone, I am Chavi. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will explain you about presumptions in interpretation of statutes. So let's begin. So initially, the very important thing which we need to understand is that what is the meaning of the word presumption. See, what is presumption? Presumption basically means to assume certain things. Like if you are reading a particular text and you are not able to understand the meaning of a particular word, but after reading the whole text you make a certain idea in your mind, or you make a certain assumption that okay, if I don't know the meaning of this word, this would be the meaning. So this is what is presumption. Presumption means when you assume something. So now when we are studying presumptions under interpretation of statutes, it means that, like I already told you, that what does the word interpretation of statute means, and what is the subject, what is the object of this subject, that is interpretation of statutes. It is to know the intention of the legislature. And who does that? It is basically the main function of the judiciary, that is interpretation. So when we are studying presumptions under interpretation of statutes, it basically means that while courts are interpreting certain things, they have to assume certain things to be true. While interpreting certain statute, the courts has to assume or to presume certain things to be true. Now, what are those things? Let's begin. First presumption is presumption as to validity of the statute. Now, what does it mean? So, there is always a strong presumption in favor of the validity of this statute, like, which basically means that there is always a strong presumption that whatever the statute which has been enacted by the legislature, it is always deemed to be valid. Like as we all know that Constitution is a supreme authority and everything is subordinate to it. So any law which is inconsistent with the Constitution, it would be struck down. Now, from this you must be thinking that that courts can never strike down a law which is unconstitutional. No, that's not the case. If courts can also strike down the law which is unconstitutional, provided that there are strong reasons supporting the same. Suppose if a person who is there is a person who is challenging the constitutionality of a particular statute, he must have strong reasons with him, and he has to prove that case that no, this statute is unconstitutional. So if that is proved, then courts can also strike down the law which is unconstitutional. But if we are talking about presumption, there would always be the presumption in favor of validity of the statute. We'll always presume that whatever which has been enacted by the legislature, that is valid. Now we have next case, that is Karnataka Bank Limited versus State of Andhra Pradesh. This is 2008 judgment. So in this case, our Honorable Supreme Court held that there would always be presumption in favor of the constitutionality of the statute. So we would always adopt, so basically it means that the presumption would always be in favor of the statute. And if any circumstance would arise, or if any situation would arise where more than one interpretation is possible of that statute, so in that case what we would adopt is, we would adopt that interpretation which is in favor or which is consistent with the constitutionality. So this was what which was held in this case, and this was all about the presumption as to validity of the statute. So now move on to the next presumption. So the next presumption is presumption that statute is consistent with international law. So it is always presumed that whatever which has been enacted by legislature, it is always in conformity with international law. So, and also it is also presumed that legislature never intends to violate international law. So courts, while interpreting the statute, they would always keep in mind, and they would always interpret the statute in such a way that it will not violate international law. So same case like I said before in the previous presumption, that where more than one interpretation is possible, where more than one interpretation is there, in those cases we'll adopt that interpretation which is in favor of or which is inconsistent with international law. So next up, I have a very famous case with you, that is Keshananda Bharti versus Union of India. So in this case, our Honorable Supreme Court held that if the language of the statute is unclear and the statute is full of ambiguities, so in those cases if more than one interpretations are possible, then the courts will adopt and courts will apply that interpretation which is consistent with international law. But if the language of the statute is clear and it is unambiguous, then in those cases, even though that statute is inconsistent with international law, we'll adopt that statute as it is. I'll repeat it once again. So, if the statute is unclear and ambiguous, in those cases, we will adopt that interpretation which is consistent with international law. But if the language of the statute is clear and it is unambiguous, then in those cases we will apply that statute as it is, even though it is inconsistent with international law. So this was which was held in this case, that is Keshavananda Bharati versus State of Kerala. The next presumption is that legislature is always right, which basically means that legislature can never commit any mistake. So this is there is a very strong presumption that legislature is always right and can never commit any mistake, and it is very good in its own field, and each and every word which has been used in any statute, it has been used intentionally and mindfully, and each and every word has been used deliberately, so it has to be given effect to. So this is what this presumption means, that legislature is always right and it can never commit any mistake. This presumption that we have is that legislature does not use any superfluous words, which basically means that that each and every word which has been used in the statute by the legislature, it has been used mindfully and deliberately and intentionally. So each and every word should be given effect to, and the legislature has kept all these things in mind and applied those words in the statute in a perfect manner. So no word, even a single word can be ignored in a statute while interpreting the statute. So this is what this presumption means, that legislature does not use any superfluous words. The next type of presumption is that legislature uses ordinary meaning, which basically means that each and every word which has been used in the statute, that has a very plain and popular meaning, which means that those words doesn't have technical meaning, those words have very general meaning, so that a normal people at large can understand. So this was the only meaning of this presumption, that is presumption that every statute has ordinary meaning, that whatever which has been written in the statute, those words have very ordinary, plain and general meaning, so that everybody can understand. Now the next presumption is presumption that the act applies prospectively unless intended. So prima facie it must be there that every statute must be prospective, but in our country India, legislature is not barred from making retrospective laws. So but when it comes to presumption would always be that the law which is enacted by the legislature, it is prospective, unless it has been stated expressly or impliedly by the legislature that the act is retrospective in its effect. But initially, when no such express or implied intention is there by the legislature, then in those cases we will presume that that statute is prospective in nature. That's all for today's video. I hope this concept of presumption under interpretation of statute is clear to you. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.